Hail to the fucking O, and welcome to the Outer Middle Show. As promised, I'm going to show you guys my PC build, and we're going to do a little bit of cleaning, and I'll be taking a lot of shit off because my PC keeps freezing up and my CPU is overheating. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that for you and show you how to clean a PC. And by the way, this is the third time that I have done this video because my camera, for some odd reason, just decides to cut off. But I don't know. It's pissing me off, to say the least. As you guys know, I am in the process of moving a bunch of stuff around, and that was the reason for the delay in the videos. That is true, and that is still going on. Got some roommates moving in. Don't know who they are. It's kind of like a blind date, only with roommates, if that makes any fucking sense. Probably not. I'm going to go over my rig, and I'm going to tell you the hardware that I've got, and then once we get this thing put back together, I'm going to show you the software that I use. And show you guys how to start a YouTube gaming channel. But I'm not primarily a gaming channel, but I do games. And speaking of which, that's all about to change. I'm going to be doing a lot of skits. Got a lot of shit, man. Alright. What we have here is a Thermaltake Chaser 2. It's a full-size tower and it is a beast. It has filters, it has giant fucking fans. Easy to take apart. In the last video that I tried to shoot, I showed you how to disassemble it, and that completely fucked up. So now that it's completely disassembled, I'm just gonna start from here. It comes apart fucking really easy and makes me happy. Gives me hard on. As you can see, we have a water-cooled SwiftTech all-in-one kit. The reason I chose this is because it is a badass water cooling kit. It's patented by SwiftTech to have the reservoir, the pump, the water block, all the fittings, all the tubes, all in one unit. So basically, instead of having to fuck with a completely custom build, all you have to do is take this bitch out of the box and mount it. And it is superior in every way to every single fucking CPU cooler out there. The components on the SwiftTech all-in-one kit are fucking ridiculous. It's all copper. They use the best fittings, swivel fittings. They've got a massively powerful pump so that if you want to run a custom loop to your GPU, you can do that as well. The pump can handle it. Like I said, it's a beast. My GPU is a GTX 970. It's a fucking monster. And for the price, I could not pass it up. I used to have two of these. One of them malfunctioned. I had to send it back. And instead of getting another one, I went ahead and got a refund because at the time I needed the fucking money. Down here we have a Corsair RM1000. The reason I got a 1000 is because, like I said, at one point I had two GPUs and I wanted room to grow. So I went ahead and got a fucking big ass power supply. Now it's not a platinum rated power supply, but it does the job. Now what is sitting under this beautiful water block, we have a AMD 9590 8-core processor. Each core has 5 gigahertz apiece and runs hot as shitballs. Thus the reason I got the water cooling unit. My RAM is Corsair Vengeance, 16 gigs, 2 sticks. I'll be upgrading to 32 soon. Hard drive is a Velociraptor, a 10,000 RPM hard drive, 1 terabyte. It is a sexy beast as well. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clean this whole thing out. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take this unit out, refill the reservoir with new coolant because it's getting pretty grimy in there. That's probably one of the reasons why this thing isn't staying cool. Reapply the thermal paste, basically give this thing a fucking overhaul and put it back together. And yeah, you're coming with me, so fucking deal with it. Alright, and here it is. Needless to say, that fucking sucked a lot. I don't know when it stopped recording, but these cameras fucking do that. The thermal paste looked really bad on it. It was bubbled up. It wasn't covering the whole surface. I mean, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the living shit out of this unit, put it back in, and reapply thermal paste. Alright guys, I'm back. I went ahead and I fucking got the coolant out, and I noticed a little bit of rust in there. But all in all, it went pretty well. Now what I'm going to do, I noticed there's a crack in the fucking reservoir and a screw. And I don't understand what it is, so I'm going to figure it out. Okay guys, don't have a lot of time to talk. The scariest part about doing a build or cleaning or taking any components out of your computer is fitting it back together and pushing the start button or the power button. Because if you do something wrong, it could potentially fuck your shit up. So, here we go. Come on. Hello all you crazy psychos. Okay. Right when, I don't know if the video ended or not at this point, but I said my CPU was overheating, and it was. Yeah, I had a system crash, and I literally had to completely take apart everything. I couldn't charge my camera at the point because my charger's somewhere, and I was completely pissed off. So after all night of trying to figure this out, I finally did. But I had to blow through an entire bag of Chinese food. As you can see, my new setup is already dirty. Okay guys, we are back, and I finally got everything done. As you can see, got my monitor set up, have my lights set up. I'll use this one for interviews. I'm using an LG monitor, wireless keyboard. I'm using a Zoom H5 microphone. As always, the Xbox controller. Thermaltake Chaser 2. Finally got this bitch back together. It was a fucking nightmare, but I finally got it back together piece by piece. And yeah, sucked. So, welcome to the new Outer Middle Show, Central HUD. Hey, what's going on? Shut up. Fucking listen. Y'all probably looking at that light directly, so I'm going to turn a little bit. Now, this is basically just a starter room for now. I'm going to be adding a lot of shit in this room. I'm going to be putting up a lot of decorations. As you can tell, the echo's really bad in here, so I'm going to be getting some soundproofing done in here. And I may or may not, I'm not sure yet, because we're going to be living in this house for 1 year and then we're moving. I don't want to go sticking shit on the walls and then have to take it right back off in a year or so. But we've moved from the couch. We've moved into a legit, and it's perfect size for it too. It's not big. It's a nice little room. As far as cleaning my PC, I was going to kind of give a tutorial on that, but that kind of didn't work out. So I'm just going to make this video a tour video. But mainly what I use to clean my PC is toothbrushes. All I do is do a light dusting on everything. You never want to use any kind of air duster on the inside or spray any kind of chemicals anywhere near a circuit board or anything like that. Basically all I did was I used some rags for the fans to get the dust out of the fans. I sprayed one of the rags with Windex, wiped it out, but for the inside I'll use some kind of a brush duster. I'll dust it off and then I'll let the vacuum pick it up, or I'll just let the fans do it, but I'll dust off the fan filters. I've got all the fans moved back around into the right position. Got the fluid swapped out on my PC, so we're good to go. I've actually got it completely full this time. We've got the airflow going good. Temperatures are reading really cold, even after running and editing and doing a lot of shit. Even during the time of rendering videos, still at 36 degrees Celsius, so I mean that's cold as shit. And my processor was taking a pretty heavy load, which doesn't sound right, I understand, but it still stayed cold after all that shiznite. I've kind of had a heart-to-heart with the character, Mad Vlad. I've tried a couple things out as far as his look, and it's kind of not working out. I guess you could say. I know that's not what you guys wanted to hear, because he is basically the original character that I had planned out for my show, and I had a plot and a storyline and everything behind it. I'm not saying he won't be back. I'm just saying I'm having trouble getting his character together. I even contacted a couple companies to get my eyes fitted for contacts, and so that I could keep his look. And unfortunately the price for FX contacts that are fitted are ridiculous. They're really ridiculous. And they're only good for, I think, 40 uses. So spending upwards of $300 for one pair of contact lenses for only to get 30 uses out of it is pretty extreme. It's either that or go blind, which is not an option. And the tooth enamel paint, I've actually tried a couple things, and I don't know, like, I just have a bad reaction to it. So we're going to continue to play. If you don't know if you don't know what to call me, just call me Vlad. That's basically my gamer name. Not as mad, get it? At this point in time, you know, if you guys have any suggestions, just shoot them my way. But I love the new setup. It's looking great. Everything's going good. I'm gonna try to keep it real for y'all. And if anything, maybe I could just use the voice. I'm even getting to the point where I'm missing just using this voice. Fucking great. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I could just fucking wing it. At this point, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it's okay. Okay, now that you guys have seen my hardware, and maybe you're wanting to know how to build a PC for yourself for gaming, you have a lot of options. You don't really have to go crazy like I did and spend the money that I've spent. I mean, even my PC, as good as it is nowhere near, not even close to some of the PCs that I've seen personally. But as far as my processor and motherboard, it's pretty much as good as you can get for an AMD build. The only thing that would really take my system over the top would be 2 extra video cards and maybe a bunch of hard drives. But other than that, I think as of now, I've got pretty close to the best hardware. But if you're looking to learn how to build PCs and want to get into gaming yourself, it's pretty simple. Basically, it's a Lego set. You order compatible parts and you stick them together, and it's as easy as that. And there isn't a tutorial out there that won't teach you how to do it on YouTube. Come on, man, it's 2015. Anything you want to learn is right there in your reach. If you want to learn how to build a custom PC, there are plenty of tutorials out there. But for me, if I was to give any suggestions, because I've been doing this since I was 11, I've been doing it for a long time. If you're going to go with a build and you're on a budget, always go AMD. The Intel shit is honestly not much faster at all, and I mean at all, than AMD. They make it sound like it is, but you look at the benchmarks and yeah, it's faster, but for the price, it sure as hell ain't fast enough. And prices keep on plummeting. They keep dropping. Video cards are dropping. Hell, I built this PC a year ago, and already I could have spent $400 less on it than I did. That's how quick prices drop. But yeah, always go with an AMD build, and that's just my suggestion. As far as brands to stick with, I stick with Asus. If you want to go liquid cooled, I always will stick with SwiftTech. If you want a graphics card, I'll always go NVIDIA. And as far as cases go, Thermaltake is about as good as it gets. Now, I'm not saying there's a ton of companies that build cases and they're all good. I just tend to lean towards Thermaltake more because of how sturdy, how easy they are to take apart. Their engineering is top notch. Corsair is another one. Corsair builds some crazy cases. They're more elegant, they're more smooth and sleek looking. Thermaltake has more of the rugged, futuristic type look, which is what I usually go for. Loud, I guess you could say loud. But that does it for this video. I know that it wasn't too informative, but it gave you guys a look at the hardware that I use. Right now, I'm filming this video on a Canon EOS Rebel SL1, $500. You can't beat it. It's a really good DSLR camera. And as far as shooting video, like really crisp, clean video, you can't go wrong with DSLRs. They're the absolute best. They have the biggest sensors in them, way bigger than any camcorder you're going to find. So if you want the absolute best videos and pretty good audio, the audio that you're hearing is coming straight from this camera, you always want to go with a DSLR camera. It looks like a camera, but do the research. The sensors on them are massive. They're about 4 to 6 times bigger than a camcorder, which means they let in more light. You can put more lenses on them. You can do all kinds of crazy shit with them. So quick run through. You know my computer build. My audio is from an H5 Zoom. The reason I chose the H5 is because it's the most versatile microphone. Anything that Zoom does, they make it so versatile. I could use this camera or this microphone for like on-set movie type, like a boom mic. You can switch out the heads on them. You can put The Y-axis microphones, you can put shotgun mics on them. They all have they have attachments for everything. You can use them for a computer, like I'm doing now. Use them with your computer, plug them right into your computer, use them as a USB microphone. They're versatile. They're very, very versatile. Now, a lot of people, they use the Yetis, the Blue Yetis, and those are amazingly good microphones too. I came that close to getting one, but I just couldn't pass up the versatility of a Zoom. Like if I wanted to record a song or anything, you can do it with a Zoom microphone. I don't know why they're not pushed more in the gaming industry, obviously, because there's a lot of other companies out there that specifically target that, but Zoom targets everything. Interviews, they target video production, they target even music. These are excellent for recording music. And if I'm doing any kind of action shot, or I'm trying to do, like, say, a product review or something quick and easy, these cost about the same as the DSLR that you're viewing me on now. It is a Hero Cam, and let me tell you, the only bad thing about the Hero Cams is that they're terrible in low light, but that's not what they're made for. They're action cameras. They're made for being outside in a lot of light. Now, these are better than the previous versions in low light, but still they get really grainy. The exposure on them's really bad in the dark. But as you can see in the light, they're awesome. I'll give you a preview. Never mind, no I won't. But I hope you guys liked it. On the next video, I'm going to show you what software that I use to totally kick ass and make awesome videos. I love you guys. I'm going to start filming some games tonight, and I'll see you there. Peace out, brothers.